Hello and welcome to another episode of Space Engineers. And I am back in design mode, as since we're on the planet right now, I've run my traverses, but I really need to get some designing in order to fully get everything prepared. So, as such, I have pulled myself into a copy of my world, but put it into creative so that I can figure out exactly how my various tunnels and stuff, and you can see I have a couple designs over there for a new elevator mechanism that I'm very proud of, and we're going to get this going. So I'll probably spend, I don't know, 10 minutes here and then pop back over into survival. Of course, I have no control over my time because I like to ramble, but let's get to it. So I have temporarily removed the base here, at least that I built. It still exists in survival, but I wanted to set up the foundations for what will be the inside the mountain base, my diggy hole, as I am going full dwarf mode. And what I've decided is that I'm going to have a 9x7 pathway for all my stuff, and that is interior dimensions. So this is actually 11x9, but we'll have 9x7 for my rovers to be able to drive around with. Idea being, from this position we will be able to drive in, and then the base will branch off, and these interior pillars may or may not be there. There'll be different say this is, I'm probably going to make this a giant parking garage for all sorts of rovers and such, as well as a main path that'll continue straight all the way along here, and ignore those, that's me playing with voxels. And then eventually, with probably just a little bit of a ramp, pop out right here for the city. So that'll be access to the city, will be straight on from right here. Now, to get to other parts, I'm of course going to be able to drive over the ice. Like, the ice is nice and flat and you'll be able to go nice and quickly over it. However, if you want to be able to move things under the ground, we're going to come from here, take a right turn. I'm not sure if it's going to be immediately here because I can do this at any distance along, but I have placed this ever so perfectly that it just so happens, I didn't even plan this, it just turned out this way and I was actually shocked. Right here is where the drill infill is currently in the survival. Using that as the center point, I went in and started building out this area. Then going 9 wide and then copping out like 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. It fit goddamn perfectly with the elevator that I want to build over at the lighthouse. I did not design that. It just fits perfectly. I lucked into it. It just so happened to be on that sort of grid. I could have been one block off, but I wasn't. I just... what? Okay. But that is amazing. The idea being, what we can do, we can drive in here. We'll have, once we get to this point, a giant room here with various cargo bays, docking ports for both probably flying ships. Maybe we'll add a ceiling that can retract and allow ships to fly down into here. But you would be able to turn right, come over to here, go down an elevator, which I have a nice new design for, which I'll show you in a moment, and then get onto the lower pathway, which I'm not sure if I need this section of it, because I was thinking I'd go all the way out with one straight pathway, but I think coming to here, going up, and then getting onto that road would probably be better, since then I don't have to go up so far there at the end. So let's just get rid of you. You're not going to be relevant. So this one will end here, or maybe it continues and there's some other infrastructure here, whatever. But we can head on all along this little pathway, and I'll get rid of that block in the center of the screen, all the way to this section, which is the new elevator design that I have. Now currently this is just plopped in here so that I can get the blueprint correct, and I don't really want to start it up because I'm like half dug out this area, and this would probably like break if I tried to use these pistons and such inside of voxels, so I don't want to try that. But the idea being is that you would be able to come from the ice lake here underneath where the lighthouse will be, drive on in here, get to the elevator, go down the elevator, drive off, have a little bit of room here for you to be able to make the turn whichever way you need it. Maybe there's some industry in this area or some stuff related to the lighthouse. I could expand it that way quite easily. And then this pathway will take you all the way down here to where there are minerals there, as well as minerals here. And me just doing a borehole to check the distance. We're actually getting really close to the surface here as this lake is curved and our path is completely straight. And as we come along here, we actually get so close to the surface that we are literally just like 2¼ blocks down. So once I get to here, I'm thinking that I can not go any further and I will do a ramp up to the surface. So you will essentially just be able to sort of right where this tree is, or maybe I'll keep the tree. I'll go just past it right here in this spot. You'll just have a ramp down into the ground and you'll just drive down a little bit over. So it'll be right there. You'll just drive off of this hill and then just basically like you can continue driving down the hill, down a ramp, into the tunnel, and then be able to drive the tunnel all the way into the system. So you could cross the entire ice lake without having to pop out into the surface. And so, I am excited about that. But I wanted to show off this elevator, which I think is a nice little design. Let me pop my character here. Now, it's all in test orange, of course. We'll reverse the elevator and send it on up. What I did before with my elevator on the asteroid is I tucked all of the pistons underneath it, which worked, and especially because I wanted that one to be able to do a 180, so that way I could drive on from one side, spin it around, and drive off from the same side. However, I don't... Oop, never mind. Wrong button there. I meant to turn off my lights, and I hit another button for my contracts. I don't need to do that here on Earth. I can just have straight drive-ons and drive-offs by making it so that, for example, right there is equivalent to right there. You would drive in from the ice lake, drive onto the elevator, go down, and then already be facing the exit to drive off. And if you wanted to turn around and go back on, go back up, you're already facing the exit to get off. So, for example, let me just cut this thing real quick, plop it down here, facing the other direction. Here you go. We can drive onto this elevator. Hardly a noticeable bump, especially because we have so many tires on our little Rhino Rover here, which I will rebuild, of course. And we have a nice 9x9 blast block elevator that, because these are not full collision boxes, they slide right past these armor blocks here and allow you to fit perfectly. So there's no opportunity for a person that is on this elevator to fall off the side, because there would be a wall here and the wall would just be rock. I don't need to build a wall of armor plates because I can just have the rock there. It's Earth. We have atmosphere here. I don't need to pressurize this. So if I head on back down to the control seat, just to flip it so it is coming on down, I can go back on up to the elevator, leap into my rover, and we can see how wonderfully smooth this is coming down. Oh, beautiful. So we, considering I said I'd be in 10 minutes, and we're just getting over 10 minutes now looking at my timer, we should head into the survival world and start building this. But the last important part about that, because the pistons are all off on the side here, it's just a little pocket. There's no big pit here for you to fall into, so it's really safe. If you careen down here and crash into the bottom of this, you're not going to fall into a pit and die down there. So off to the side here, this is where we have the super duper long pistons from the mod all set up with their tiny little area that they need. So all of the ladders, all the elevator's mechanisms is in this little side thing to it. So the plan being, I know where this is going to be, because it's going to be right there. So I am going to blueprint this base, and this is where I'm going to blueprint all of this thing every single time. I believe would probably be the best way to do it, is from... Ooh, I should actually get the... Why not throw a projector on here preemptively? That way I can load it with itself. The 4 being up, that being forward. Set it that way. And we will... Oh, can I do that? Can I blueprint this from its own projector? I think that would be valid. I think that would work. Let's try that. So I'm going to blueprint this entire thing. And that is static grid. No, it is not. We want the Earth Traverse. This is going to be... Give me back my static grid. Rename the thing. This is going to be Earth Base 001. Excellent. We have the beginning of Earth Base. So let's just go see if that is all of the stuff that I wanted. Oh, it's taking its sweet time to load in. Oh, you can see it's got the everything as I try to extend it out into the sky, and the game starts to freeze. Total PCU 41,000. Oh god. What I might want to do is cut down on that a little bit. Oh, come on, space engineers, don't die on me. There we go. Let's how about we cut it off here, because I don't need to go that way just yet. Oh, a little bit of lag there when I got rid of that last block. Cut off that giant section. I don't need that as part of the blueprint yet. But we'll have the passageway over to this thing, and then we'll cut it off. We'll cut it off right here. Plenty to already mine and build with what's there. And then I can just keep this save and keep coming back to expand to the base. Okay, re-blueprint that thing. Oh my god. As I say, I'll be here for 10 minutes and it's already 15. Let's copy that. We'll go into here in Earth Base. We will edit and we'll do a replace. And instead of 41,000 PCU, it's only 9,800. So we can see there. Plop it out there in the sky. Loads in. Excellent. We've got the connection underground from... Oh, it's falling. For some reason, It's a ship? Are you actually a ship? I don't believe you. Info? No, you're a station. It just must... When I placed it there, I just must have thought of it as a ship. But anyway, we got the connection from what will be the lighthouse to the entrance over there where I'm building the base. So we can save changes before quitting. Yes. And we can head into the survival save. Out of my testing world into single player season 2. And load up these mods. So, I already have a couple submissions of people thinking of what they want to put in the submission subscriber city, or however we want to call it. The name for the city is also another thing. Again, best way to give me those is through the Discord, because I probably won't see them in any other way. Alright, and here we are back with our seemingly magical sinking city. Well, sinking outpost at least. We are, if I'm not mistaken, simply because we've processed the materials we have so far, we have 15 hours of power. I added a few more spinny boys up here, and that seems to have helped. And they seem to be putting a optimal amount of power, which is good. Although, do I... right, the only reason we have 15 hours is I was running my hydrogen. I was running my hydrogen engine, which was giving us extra power, but we're rebuilding our hydrogen with our H2O2 generator there. Okay, so we need the stuff to get a projector going, which should... Hey, we have. Okay, good. And then also, I should grab the stuff I need for a turbine. Okay, let's deposit everything. Successfully withdrew items to build a turbine. So we have enough to build a turbine, we have enough to build a projector. Because the platform over here that I left, I'm not sure if it has any power. So we might need to build a little power on this thing, because the projector goes like this, with the 2 facing forward, the 4 facing up. That's how I did it in the other world. I can get this built up. And now we just need to get that powered. Hopefully it just takes a couple of the spinny boys. Give me some steel plates. Thank you. And once we get that loaded in, as this is all this space is here right now, it's just the tiniest little platform. But once we get the blueprint on there, it will be strong like bull. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 over the voxels. We'll add the 1 more. We'll make our little plus sign of power here. And we are just going to add the 1 wind turbine for now. I'm not sure how much power... Oh, why don't I... Hey, don't I have the... It said I had enough stuff for a turbine. I need girders. Girders? Yes, girders. Build me girders. Okay, good. Got everything I need. So I can finally fly on back with great speed. Finish you off. You should be powering this up enough. And can I not access you from somewhere here? Ugh, do I have to build a seat as well? God. The annoyance. And control seat. All built up. Excellent. Looks like our projector is only needing 200 watts. We're making 394 kilowatts, so we're good. We just need the 1 here. Now, blueprint. I should probably turn off these build and repairs over here real quick. I don't want them to immediately start building any blueprints that reach their area just yet, as I am unsure of how much they will start doing, and I want to make sure that everything is nicely aligned first with spectator camera. There we go. So, projector, blueprints, Earth base 01. Multiple grids are not supported. That is absolutely fine, as expected. And we need to set up, of course, this projector with our various offsets and such. Alright, so we've got our control set up. We can move it left and right a little bit, but we can see that this is that section over there. So we need to bring that to here and rotate this whole business. So first off, let's just get this into the right orientation, which is this way. That is correct. Now, we do need to go down eventually, but also a massive negative. And I truly wonder if I'll have enough to get this entire thing on there. Now, let me just do this. Oh no, there's no way I'm going to be able to fit this. That is strange that I started the blueprint from here, from this block, and yet the blueprint centered somewhere else. So I guess that means that while I may need to use this blueprint station in the future for building, say, more local things, maybe this blueprint should be positioned on this platform here. But that is the right orientation. So let's just first shut you down. We'll leave this here for now. Let's go set up the exact same thing over here and see how that works. Alright, now that that's set up, projector, blueprints, and we'll do Earth base again. Yes, multiple grids are not supported, that is fine. And we have a... Okay, so where is this centered? It is centered at the bottom of what will be the future elevator down. So that spot where it is should be eventually about here, right where I am, approximately. I'm not sure if this is actually having enough space in order to get that thing down there. That would be the right orientation. Now we have to get this to align down there, as well as we can use this here as a nice orientation guide. So let's get that projector as far as it physically can this way. 50. Oh, it's not going to be enough. It's a few blocks off. I might have to extend this out and put this in a special location, like from there, extend out a platform to somewhere here where it's just close enough that it would be able to project into the right spot. Alternatively, I may need to go and remake the projector somewhere. Remake the blueprint in chunks. I could take the connection pathway out and do the chunks separately here, and then just put in the highway later. That's probably going to be the best bet. Let's see if we can actually get it low enough, though, which will be... Oh, yes, and also this way, that's that way, and low enough that way. So both of these need to go into the negatives here. Forward offset is actually enough. Oh, awesome. About there. And now we just need to go down, which looks like that's going to be enough as well. There we go. And, oh, actually, it's really close. I just need to move the projector over 2 blocks. And then a full 50 will be the proper offset to the left and right. So this thing needs to be there. Alright, let's get it moved over. Goodbye, projector. Actually, I could... why not? I haven't done this in a while. Let's do the drill and fill... Not drill and fill. Freaking advanced welding. Take that block off and detach it and move it that way. Because why the hell not? I haven't done that in a while. Pretty sure the jump jack will be able to lift it. But we'll come down here, park up on it. We'll go and type in the / detach. Detached a little bit more than I expected. Oh well, I guess that's fails. But we'll just move it over manually, I guess. So right there, with that way. That was the orientation for it. Build it. Build it. Build and repairs. Oh, I probably have them off though. Park the jump jack back up. And connect. And now, again, once more, the third time that I've done this, we will put on the projector controls and get this thing aligned. Alright, that's the right orientation. Now to slide it into position, which should be... That should be -50. We want to pull it this way a bit. We want to push it down. And we'll just sort of eyeball it here to get it close. And then we'll jump into spectator camera. Hopefully we not have a sinking base. And we'll pop over to here in order to get this finessed. So, 1 up, 2 over, bada boom. Exactly where we want it. Excellent. All that is in position, ready to get drilled out by a drill and fill with this giant connection from there to there. Ah, so good. Let's save that up, just in case the base decides to sink. Now we are actually 1 block higher than I decided to be here, because I thought we can just head in off the lake and maybe have a tiny bit of a lip down. It's not going to be that troublesome to get over that lip. And let's get the drill and fill expanded out to fit this gap. So we've got 9 blocks. I'd like to do 10 blocks of width, because I'd like to have a half block on each side with these side blocks. So easy, 25 meters width. And fill, we've got your width at 25 meters. Now the height is 7, which I'd want to have 8 blocks, which will be 20. And that should be the proper size to fit in that area. Now, we will need to move this up slightly. So let's find the drill and fill system here. Just get these on the bar, lift right up and down, front, back. And to show area. Where are you? Show area on and off, and the toggle block on and off. Excellent. Because I don't need to change my sizes anymore, I just need to finesse them into position. That should be good, and then just finesse that up a little bit. And if I want them to be perfect, this being it's centered this way, so this one is looking good, nice and centered halfway through this block, but the top isn't looking good because I need to raise it up, I believe, half a block higher. So the offset vertical is 4.5. I currently need that to be 5. Yes. Oh, perfect. So that's half a block into that. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And of course, I will fill out the base of it here properly. And we'll just move this forward. Perfection. And now we have got the entire first section of this. I actually didn't plan this. There's so many things with this layout of this base I didn't plan at all. The entire idea that this section here is exactly 1 drill and fill width, like it's the largest length I can make this drill, which is 75 meters. I didn't think about that when I designed it to come in. I just dragged it in a certain number of blocks and made it like, that looks good, and then stopped there. Why is this why is this perfect? Oh, I do not know. Although it looks like I could use another half meter here in order to be perfection forward. So let's get that in. Forward offset 36.5. That feels like it's too much. In the middle. We need 36.25. Oh, do you not do that? Okay. For now, 36.1? No. You don't do these little changes? It probably doesn't do these little changes. No. 36 is fine. Besides, it's going to go further that way. I should be more worried about if it is aligned with the grid here, and it looks fine. So now, you can turn off the area, turn on that drill and fill, and just start processing a absolute massive quantity of stone that we're going to be bringing in. Hence, the cargo containers and the refineries, which I don't think I'll be able to put speed on yet. I think I need power efficiency modules on them, actually, because they are going to rip the hell out of my my power usage. And, for example, they should all be spinning up now. I am technically recharged, but it's giving me 2 hours, 0 seconds. Are all the refineries going? Not everybody's online yet. We are getting lots of stone coming in. It is filling them up, so eventually we will start running out of power. So let's get some power efficiency slapped on these bad boys. Power efficiency on. I shouldn't have to worry about the blueprint yet, because nothing on my base connects up to where the blueprint is. I should just be able to turn on my build and repairs again and just leave them on. They should build these power efficiency modules pretty quick, and they won't build anything of this projection yet, as none of these are buildable as far as I know, unless it allows just terrain to be buildable, like stations that are in the stone sort of thing. We shall see. But there we go. The beginnings of the base are being dug out, and we have made progress. Not much progress here in the survival world beyond just setting a few things up, but getting that entire elevator design and such took a while, as there was a bunch of design work for me off camera. But the day is coming to a close, and at least my recording says I've been going for 40 minutes. I don't want to keep you guys for too long. Now that we are digging out, we have a lot to process, we have a lot to work on. The next episode will be getting this initial thing open, laying out what will be, get the spectator camera here, what will be essentially the garage. I'm not sure how big I want this to be. I'm kind of thinking I want it to be a pretty massive open area with a lot of little parking spots and connectors and all sorts of stuff. This is just a framework so far. But that is going to be it for now. Good hunting out there, fellow space engineers. And now that we've got this all set up, the heavy industry on Earth can now begin. I am excited. We'll see you next time.